I love space games. I've always had this fantasy of wandering across the stars, discovering different worlds, and taking part in many varied adventures. Obviously, I'm never going to be an astronaut, and I was probably born a couple of generations too early to even remotely have a chance to ever travel in space. However, I've had the chance over the past decades to travel to space via some amazing video games such as the X-Wing series, Freelancer, X3 and X4, Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen, which is currently my main space game, as you can probably tell if you've been following the channel for a while. Well, as I am writing these lines, these could be about to change because Starfield is around the corner, and with what we've seen in the last Starfield Direct, well, this might be very well about to change because this could become my main game for the channel for a while, and I will tell you why. Hello and welcome to the channel, it's Irad, and so in today's video I will tell you why you are going to see a lot of Starfield videos on the channel, as I believe that Bethesda's upcoming space-themed RPG is about to become my premier game. So one thing that I am looking forward to in any game when I am playing is immersion. I just want to feel like I am really being a part of the world that is unfolding in front of my very eyes. I want to feel that sense of escapism that drives me into an adventure I'll never get to experience in real life. And already Starfield seems to be checking all of the boxes for me. It features living, breathing worlds with plausible, realistic environments based on actual science, based on what science would predict if we're talking about alien life. It features stunning, near photorealistic graphics with incredibly detailed lightning effects, explosions, reflections. Everything I've seen seems to have some kind of wow factor. It features life around you, whether these would be in the form of human NPCs on foot or in space, beasts and other animals on land and going about their business until you eventually interfere with their affairs, and this is when trouble starts. And don't get me wrong, I love getting in trouble in this kind of game, and it seems like Starfield is going to be more action-packed than I previously thought. In fact, it seems that there will be plenty of opportunities to engage in combat via hunting, scavenging, fetching, blasting our way through a quest, or making it alive out of an ambush. And to allow us to do that, Bethesda is putting at our disposal a lot of toys. So much so that there are quite a few that I have never seen in the game before, like this electromagnetic bullet gun that looks so badass. I almost wetted my pants when I reacted to it in my Starfield Direct Reaction livestream. Oh! By the way, you will find a link in the pinned comment down below. But Starfield would not just offer ranged combat with awesome guns, you will also be able to whoop some star asses with your fists and some really cool melee weapons like knives or this insane looking hammer or axe, whatever it is. And then there are the activities to do in the game. I think it's very important that the game features many elements of replayability or varied quests and challenges, and from what we saw in Starfield Direct, it seems like Starfield will indeed deliver. In addition to the main quest, which is said to last between 50 to 80 hours, the game universe will be full of secondary quest givers that will give you plenty of exciting things to do, from the total eradication of a group of animals to the eviction of a band of pirates. In addition, the various character mechanisms will encourage you to always do more of certain actions in order to level up or obtain higher skills. Persuade more NPCs and your character will be better at persuasion. Makes sense. Take down more enemies here and there with your bare hands and you will be stronger when doing so. Being rewarded for playing always encourages to play more, and this is a feature that I love. Next, I want to talk about spaceflight a little bit here. And everything I've said in last year's video about the game's flight mechanics has been confirmed, as it appears that flying a starship in Starfield will indeed provide us with an experience that's going to be rather close to what the references of the genre have to offer so far. as the act of effectively flying a starship will require some actual skills and training, because a lot is going to happen when you will be at the helm of your ship, especially in terms of power management. Well, you have to toggle between weapon, engine, and shield power, but an additional layer of power has been added here in the form of your jump drive, which can allow you to escape faster out of a predicament, which is also an indication that the game will let you choose to avoid fights when they are not necessary or not winnable. And that's also, I believe, is a smart game mechanic, because it will really give you the freedom of choice whether or not to engage in the combat, to see whether or not for yourself if that's the best solution, which in many scenarios is probably not going to be the case. I also love the fact that there will indeed be a large variety of different ships, ranging from fighters to freighters to then luxury yachts to actual destroyers. The developers seem to put an emphasis on making sure that the experience in space will be as compelling as it will be on land, and that is a strong point that I have found myself enjoying in Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen, in which I would regularly switch between land and space if I end up finding myself bored out of one of these environments. Obviously, the last point that is going to keep me busy playing Starfield for a long time is something that most space games don't have, or when they do, it's not really their main point, and that is the main quest, from which my understanding will be playable through different passes, which will then have to be experienced through different runs with different characters. You'll be able to play as a charismatic hero, or a villain, or as a coward, or as a ruthless brute, or as a pacifist. The choice will be yours, but depending on your action, you'll be able to experience the main story through different angles by joining different factions or aligning with different people. And of course, I will want to experience all of these paths, which is why I expect the storyline itself, without any of the secondary quests here, to keep me busy for hundreds upon hundreds of hours for a very long time. And of course, that is time that I would not be spending playing other games, including Star Citizen. So there we have it, guys, why I believe Starfield will become my main space game for a while. Does it mean that I will abandon the other ones, Star Citizen in particular? No, of course not, but I will definitely put it on the side while I experience a more fleshed out and stable game, because in the end, I'm a gamer, I'm not a tester, and all I want is to be entertained. And if spending time on a fully fleshed solo experience is what it takes to satisfy my space adventure craving, then that is what I will do. But let me know in the comment section down below, guys, have you pre-ordered Starfield? Are you going to play it? If so, how do you envision your experience in Starfield? I would like to know your reaction as well. Anyway, that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching as always. Thank you so much to Dr. for being deplorable, infidel, and Zero Crusher. I've been Irad, and I will see you guys later.